Know by Dragon Rock 007 and Thief of Hearts on Twitter. I was 7 years old growing up in northern snow country of Michigan. My mother worked nights as a nurse, and I shared a bedroom with my sister who was 2 years older than me. We had a 3-bedroom, 3-story townhouse with all bedrooms upstairs. At the bottom of the stairs, we had a cabinet with panels on either side. We just called it the sliding door thing. We put everything in it and on it. My mom used to say, "Look at that thing. It's got so much on it, it looks like it's about to get up and walk away." Which seemed like a contradiction in terms to me, but what are you going to do? You don't sass your mother. Well, at least we didn't back then. I mean, kids today get away with murder. Literally. So I just shrugged my shoulders and said, "Yes, Mom," and went about my business. One Friday night, I stayed up late watching TV and fell asleep in our armchair, lazy boy, or whatever they called them back then. I woke up to our Siamese cat hissing and screaming loudly. Rexy's fur was frazzled and she was pacing frantically. She let out another loud scream that now sounded like a howl. Then she darted into the kitchen, towards the basement. I could hear her scratching outside the basement door, so I got up and I walked into the kitchen and went to open the door. She stuck her nose at the edge of the door as if she wanted to get inside before the door was even open. When I pulled the door open, she stuck her head in between the door jamb and the door and darted down the stairs like she was trying to get away from something. I remember watching her bound down the stairs, and when she got to the base of the stairs, she turned around and looked at me like, "Well, aren't you coming? Don't you know what's happening?" But all I had in return was a vacant stare. It's as if she shook her head and just darted out of sight. I pushed the door shut and made sure the latch was secured to keep her inside, and headed back into the living room. As I rounded the corner, I was startled to see my mother standing at the base of the stairwell in front of the sliding door thing. I called to her, finding it odd that she'd returned before morning, as she normally worked the graveyard shift and wasn't home until after 7 a.m. She had her back to me and didn't respond. I called to her again, but still no reply. This time, when the echo of my own voice faded, I heard a low-pitched grunt, followed by a growl. And as she moved her hand on the top of the cabinet, she scratched it with her fingernails, quickly turning and shouting, "I'm not your mother!" In a cold, demonic tone, was wearing my mother's nursing uniform, torn and tattered from being at least 4 sizes too small. I immediately hollered out, "Where's my mother? What have you done with her?" It laughed and began to drift towards me without taking a step. There was a shimmer around it, like a heat wave escaping from the asphalt of an Arizona desert. I was frozen in fear, unable to move. I screamed to myself, "Wake up! Wake up! This can't really be happening!" As it now stood in front of me, it reached out with its clawed hand and grabbed me around the wrist of my left arm. I knew I couldn't let it bind both of my wrists. I noticed our family Bible sitting on the coffee table to my my wrist, leaving an ash ring as he pulled away. I picked up the book, and he stepped back and tilted his head, showing his fiery red eyes. He stepped back into the shimmer and vanished into a cloud of smoke. I sat there clutching the Bible to my chest. I wanted to go to bed, but had to walk past the cabinet to access the stairwell. I took the book with me. I made it up the stairs and went in and brushed my teeth and washed my hands, all the while trying to convince myself it was all a nightmare. I raised my arms to wash my hands and face, and I looked into the mirror and saw the ash ring around my wrist. I told myself it was a burnt ember from one of my oldest sister's cigarettes that must have fallen into the recliner as I brushed up against it, trying to come up with excuse after excuse of why this couldn't possibly be real. But that still didn't explain how I found Rexy in the basement where I had left her. I wasn't gone from the room for 30 seconds when I let her downstairs. That's when it all started. So how much was a dream? And what really happened? What was it? I still don't know. What was it? I still don't know. By Dragon Rock 007.